response to my touch. A hiss of air escaped through her lips as her legs tightened around my body. I braced her hips with my hands and slowly moved them up. I looked at her perfect body as it fit like a missing piece to my puzzle. Any guy would be an idiot not to have a problem keeping it in his pants around you, Trace. And that's the truth. You don't seem to have a problem with it, she winked. I growled and jerked her head toward mine, crushing my lips against hers. I slipped my tongue past the barrier of her lips and promised myself she'd forget Chase had even touched her today. Right. I growled low in the back of my throat. No problem whatsoever. I'm basically a saint. I brought her hands down the front of my chest and lower to my boxers. You need to know one thing, sweetheart. What? Her hands froze on my abs. I would kill my own cousin. What? Her expression turned horrified. Her eyes widened and her mouth dropped open. I would. I shrugged. He knows you aren't his to touch. You aren't his to want. And I'm yours? Oh, great. Now I've pissed her off. I gripped her face between my hands and kissed her mouth softly. Yes. Whether you like it or not, we belong to each other. I'm as much yours as you are mine. I don't share. I want to freaking murder anyone who even so much as looks in your direction or at your shoes, and damn if I don't hate those boots that Chase got you. I want to consume you. I want to be the one that puts a smile on your face. I want to be the one that teaches you pleasure. Me, not anyone else. Sharing you, even by way of my cousin, who I trust more than anyone in the world, has to be one of the hardest things I've ever done. Nixon, she sighed against my mouth. I love you. You have to know that. That's the problem, I said. How is that a problem? It's a problem because I'm consumed with you, Trace. Are you hungry? How are classes? Do you need your space? Are you scared? Can you shoot a gun? Shit, I can't even sleep at night because I'm so terrified. And I've literally been sharing a bed with you for the past 2 weeks. A pretty blush stained her cheeks. Sharing a bed isn't sex. Stop blushing. I winked when she smacked me on the shoulder. Not that I'm opposed to the idea. You're a guy. You're never opposed to it. You're not ready. Therefore, I have to be. I pushed her away gently and cupped her face with my right hand. I'm not telling you all this to get all sappy and freak you out. I just want you to know what's at stake. What do you mean? Faust is here. What? Trace stumbled out of my embrace and stood. The same Faust who accused me of asking for it when I told him Phoenix raped me? That Faust? I chuckled. Yeah, though he may be unrecognizable right about now. Nixon, you didn't. I shrugged. He's alive. Trace pressed a shaking hand to her temple. What does he want? What does anyone want in our world? Leverage? Money? Your guess is as good as mine. But he basically wants me to pick a side. By you not finishing that sentence, I'm guessing it's not the Alfaro side he's wanting you to stand on. Smart and sexy. How did I get so lucky? Trace sighed and closed her hands. My grandfather is fine. I knew we were alone, but a person could never be too careful. Drop it. I hated that I had to be rough with her. I hated that it was necessary in order to protect her. If she knew where he was, she was making herself a target. I knew, and that was enough. So what happens now? Trace grabbed my hand and traced a small circle next to my newest scar. We wait it out. The Sicilians are here. I know the family well. Business goes on as usual, and you try to graduate. Without